Hello everyone, happy to see you here. Welcome back to my channel Higher Mathematics. Today we have a very interesting question from entrance examination. We have square root of 12, we divided by square root of 8 minus square root of 4, and we need to raise all this expression to the 10th power. So if you have your solution, your assumption, you can also write it in the comments below. We can easily check your school knowledge, and then we will check our answers. Okay, so first of all, let's simplify this expression in this parenthesis. So let's do it, for example, on the left side. So first of all, let's rewrite it real quick. So we have square root of 12 in our numerator, square root of 12. In our denominator, we have square root of 8 minus square root of 4, and we raise this to the power 10. Okay, right now this 12 can be written as 4 times 3. So let's do it right now. First of all, let's write it as 4 times 3. So 4 times 3. And we divide it by 8 can be written as 2 times 4. So let's do this. So we have square root of 2 times 4 and minus square root of 4. Of course, square root of 4 equals to 2, and we can write, instead of this 4, we can write 2. But let's wait a few seconds, because right now we can easily split this expression. So square root of 4 times 3 we can write as square root of 4 times square root of 3. Okay, and we divide it by square root of 2 times square root of 4 and minus square root of 4. Of course, square root of 4 equals to 2. And we can easily write, instead of this expression, instead of this square root of 4, this one and this one, we can write 2. But right now let's factor our square root of 4 from our denominator. Okay, let's do it right now. So we have square root of 4 in our numerator, or we can write it as 2 square root of 3, but let's write it as square root of 4 times square root of 3. And we divide it by square root of 4, and in this parenthesis we have square root of 2 minus 1. So square root of 2 minus 1. And right now, of course, this is up to you. You can easily cancel it right now at this place, but right now you can easily see that we multiply our numerator and denominator by square root of 4 or by 2, okay? So we can easily cancel this square root of 4 and this square root of 4. So as a result, our expression looks like that. So we have square root of 3 in our numerator, and in our denominator we have square root of 2 minus 1, and we raise this to the power 10. Okay, right now we need to know a really interesting property. So whenever we have expression with numerator and denominator, and you raise this to the power, for example, n, you need to raise this numerator to the power 10 and denominator to the power 10. So we have square root of 3, we raise to the power 10, and we raise our denominator, square root of 2 minus 1, we raise to the power 10 as well. We can easily simplify real quick our square root of 2, square root of 3 to the power 10, because this is equal to 3 to the power 1/2 raised to the power 10 equal to 3 to the power 5. So let's write it right here. So we have 3 to the power 5, and we divide it by square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10. And 3 to the power 5, this is our table case. This is equal to 243. So 243 we divided by square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10. So this is our first step. So according to a basic school and algebra properties, we simplify this, we evaluate something, we factor something, and this is our first step. Right now we have really great numerator, 243, so we can't simplify this more, but we have denominator, so we still have this 10's power. So right now we have to evaluate this expression, square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10. And right now I'm going to show you the method. How can we do this? So we have a great numerator. Right now we're going to evaluate this denominator, and then we plug in this expression instead of this square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10. Okay, so let's do it. Right now we need to simplify. This is our next step. So we have to simplify. Or evaluate. We will see this expression, square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10. Right now I want to show you this really great method. So this method looks like that. So let square root of 2 minus 1 equal to, for example, x. Yeah, if this is x, so we need to find x to the power 10. Yes, because we need to find this to the 10's power. So x to the power 10, we have to simplify for this x to the power 10. And right now let's look closely at this expression. First of all, let's change positions. So let's write x on the left side and this constant on the right side, okay? So as a result, we have x equal to square root of 2 minus 1. Okay, square root of 2 minus 1. Right now, this minus 1, let's write on the left side. So as a result, what do we have? X plus 1 equal to square root of 2. So x plus 1 equal to square root of 2. Right now, let's raise both sides to the power 2. So let's square our both side. Let's do it right now. So we have x plus 1, we raise to the power 2, and we raise this square root of 2 to the power 2. But on the right side, we can easily cancel this sign and this 2 because this is equal to 2. On the left side, we have a basic identity, x squared plus 2x and plus 1 equal to 2. So right now, when we write this 2 on the left side, because we need to do it. So as a result, what do we have? X squared plus 2x, so everything we write on the left side, so plus 1, and this one we write on the left side but with the negative sign, so minus 2 equal to 0. And right now, if we subtract these two constants, so 1 minus 2 equal to minus 1. So our expression looks like that. So x squared plus 2x and minus 1 equal to 0. And we don't need to solve this. This is a quadratic equation, yeah, but we don't need to solve it. According to this expression, we need to express our x squared. So from here, our x squared equal to, what do we have? 1 minus 2x. So 1 minus 2x. And a lot of students might be asking, why do we express this x squared? And here's my quick answer. Because we need to find our x to the power 10. And we need to get closer and closer to this x to the power 10, because don't forget that we need to find this expression to the 10th power. Right now we have x squared, but keep in mind that we need to find x to the power 10. So right now, let's raise this x squared to the power 2. We have x to the power 4, and step by step we will raise, and we get closer to this x to the power 10. So right now we know everything about x squared. So right now, let's raise this expression to the power 2. So then we will have x to the power 4. Okay, so let's do it. I hope you will understand what I mean right now. So right now, let's take this expression. So x squared equal to 1 minus 2x. So this is our expression. Right now, let's raise this to the power 2. So right here to the power 2, and right here to the power 2. What do we have? On the left side, we have x to the power 4. So we have x to the power 4 equal to 1 minus 2 times 2x and times 1, minus 2 times 2x and times 1, and plus 2x to the power 2, okay, 2x squared. So let's simplify this. So as a result, on the left side we have x to the power 4. Yeah, on the left side we have x to the power 4 equal to 1 minus 4x and plus 4x squared, But one really important moment, x squared equal to this one, 1 minus 2x. So 1 minus 2x. So right now, instead of x squared, let's plug in. So right here, instead of x squared, let's plug in 1 minus 2x. So we have x to the power 4 equal to 1 minus 4x and plus 4. And instead of this x squared, we plug in this 1 minus 2x. So 4 times 1 minus 2x. So 1 minus 2x, okay, equal to, so as a result, what do we have from here? X to the power 4 equal to 1 minus 4x, so 1 minus 4x, and what do we have right here? Plus 4 and minus 8x, yeah, so we have plus 4 and minus 8x. So as a result, x to the power 4 equal to, what do we have right here? 1 plus 4 equal to 5, and minus 4x minus 8x equal to 12x. So minus 12x. Okay, so these are our next steps. So we know everything about x to the power 4. Right now, let's continue our steps. So right now, I need a new paper. So let's move right here, for example, yeah? So right now we know everything about x to the power 4. We know everything about x squared. So how can we get closer and closer to the power 10? Right now, let's raise this x to the power 4 once more to the power 2. So this is our next step. So we have x to the power 4 equal to 5 minus 12x. And let's raise this, because then on the left side we will have x, sorry, right here we need to raise to the power 2. Yeah, we're right here and right here to the power 2. So right now we have right here on the left side we have x to the power 8, because we raise x to the power 4, raise to the power 2, we have 8. And on the right side, let's raise this. What do we have? We have 5 square, this is our identity, minus 2 times 5 and times 12x, and plus 12x square. Yeah, let's do it. So we have x to the power 8, equal to, so we have 25 minus 2 times 5, 10 times 1 minus 120x, yes, and plus 144x square. So 144x square. But according to the same logic, okay, right here, so when we raise this to the power 2 and we have x to the power 4, we get closer to our substitution. So x square equal to 1 minus 2x. This is extremely important expression, because it helps us to reduce a power. Okay, so we express the second power through the first one. So right now let's keep in mind this x square equal to 1 minus 2x. So we write but x square equal to 1 minus 2x, So right now let's plug in, instead of this x square, let's plug in x square, let's plug in 1 minus 2x. So let's do it. So we have x to the power 8 equal to 25 minus 120x plus 144, and in parentheses we have 1 minus 2x. The same thing as we did before. Yeah, so we did the same thing right here. So we plug in, instead of this x square, we plug in 1 minus 2x. So let's simplify this. So we have x to the power 8 equal to 25 minus 120x and plus 144 and minus 288x. So let's simplify this. As a result, what do we have? X to the power 8 equal to 25 plus 144 equal to 169, and minus 120x minus 288x equal to minus 408 and 8x. Okay, these are x to the power 8, and we really need to underline this expression. And right now we need to find x to the power 10. This is expression that we need to find. Right now we know x to the power 8, so the last step is to multiply x to the power 8 by x squared, and then we will get our x to the power 10. So let's do it. We have x to the power 8, we multiply it, or x squared, let's write it as x squared times x to the power 8 equal to, and then we have right here our x to the power 10, the expression that we need to find. So x squared equal to 1 minus 2x, so 1 minus 2x, and x to the power 8 equal to this one, 169 minus 408. So we have 169 minus 408 x. And right now let's multiply it. Of course we multiply parenthesis by parenthesis, but on the left side right here we already have x to the power 10. So these are x to the power 10. X to the power 10, we already have it on the left side. And on the right side, let's multiply parenthesis by parenthesis. So we have 169 minus 408x minus, we multiply 2 times 169 equal to 338x, and plus 816 x squared. So let's simplify this. Let's add something. So right here we can simplify something. So let's do it. So we have x to the power 10 equal to 169 minus 408 minus 338, so minus 746x, and plus 816 x squared. But one really important moment, but x squared, so according to the same logic as we did before, but x squared, where do we have it? Equal to this one, 1 minus 2x. So equal to 1 minus 2x. So right now, instead of this x squared, let's plug in this expression, 1 minus 2x. The same logic as we did before. So we have x to the power 10 equal to 169 minus 746x and plus 816 times 1 minus 2x. 1 minus 2x. And right now let's multiply this 816 by this parenthesis. So we have x to the power 10 equal to 169 minus 746, so the same beginning, 746x plus 816 and minus 1632 times x. So our last step is to add it. So as a result, what do we have? X to the power 10 equal to, so 169 plus 816, so we have 985 minus 2000 right here, 378, 2378 x. So these are x to the power 10, so expression that we need to find from the beginning. And our last step, because from the beginning, where do we have it? We had it in this paper, so right now I'm going to show you this one. So we have this paper from the beginning, so x from here you can see it, so right here we have it. So x equal to square root of 2 minus 1. So right now let's go back to this expression, x equal to square root of 2 minus 1. So let's continue this right here. So but x equal to square root of 2 minus 1. So instead of the x, let's plug in this expression. So we had it from the beginning. So we have x to the power 10 equal to 985 minus 2378 times square root of 2 minus 1, square root of 2 minus 1. And right now let's multiply it. But x equal to square root of 2 minus 1. So this is our square root of 2 minus 1 instead of this x. Square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10 equal to 985 minus 2378 square root of 2. And right here we have minus, we have plus, so plus 2378. So as a result, our final answer to this question, square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10 equal to, when we add it, we have 3363 minus 2378 square root of 2. And this is our denominator, because don't forget that we had expression from the beginning, so this is our denominator. And right now I want to rewrite my expression from the beginning, because we will write our final answer. So our question from the beginning looks like that. So we have square root of 12 over square root of 8 minus square root of 4 to the power 10. And after all these steps we get 243, so I hope you remember it. 243 we divided by square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10. And right now we know that we know this raising to the power 10, so we have the same numerator, 243. We have 243, and we divide it by this expression, because we already know this square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10. So 3363 minus 2378 square root of 2. Okay, this is our answer to this question. So I really hope you understand it. I really hope you understand this solution. Of course, we can multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate expression. Of course, we can do it by this expression, but with the positive sign. Of course, this is up to you. If you're interested in it, you can multiply it, because we will remove this irrationality. But to be honest, this is a great answer anyway, because we don't have any tens powers. We have a regular expression, of course, with the square root, but this is our answer. So how can we how it looks? Okay, so we have the square root of 2, and we have to write it. So let's write our final answer to this question. So our answer to this question, so we have this expression equal to 243 after all the steps, 3363 minus 2378 square root of 2. This is our answer to this question. So we don't have this tens power, we have a regular expression. So I really hope you understand this solution. I really hope you learned something new. This is, I would say, like, this is very tricky solution, a very tricky question, I would say, because it requires a lot of really interesting knowledge, a lot of really interesting steps. And of course, if you have your approach, how can we rate this square root of 2 minus 1 to the power 10, don't forget to write your thoughts and write your response in the comments below. What do you think about it? This is my method with the x to the power 10, so we're getting closer and closer to this expression. So this is my approach. If you have your approach, you can also write it in the comments below. It will be really interesting to read about it and to exchange information, because a lot of teachers, a lot of students here, and it's also really interesting and really great to exchange information. Okay, so thank you for your time. Have a great day. See you in the next videos, and take care of yourself. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for supporting, for writing the comments. It's extremely great, and I want to say thank you for everything. It helps me to make new content every day, to make some new different questions, Olympiad mathematics, and I really appreciate it. It really inspires me to make a new content every day. And of course, if this video is helpful in any way, I will be extremely happy, because it helps you, and of course it increase your math level, increase your algebra skills, and I'm extremely happy about it. It's really great. And thank you for watching. See you in the next videos, and have a great day.